This is Seth from Terry's Tips, and I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what we're doing here and the strategies involved, and a little bit of what's coming up in the future. At Terry's Tips, we're a stock options newsletter, and we have three main strategies. Our first strategy is the 10K strategy. And we've been using that strategy since 2001, so for over 17 years. And we've been tweaking it as we go. We have two particular portfolios that I will highlight at some point. Not today, we're going to go over some other ones, but Rising Tide and Wiley Wolf portfolios are ones that follow 10K strategy. Rising Tide has already doubled in value this year. Wiley Wolf's up almost 50% for the year. And last year was up over 700%. I don't think we're going to hit that one again this year, but these are portfolios to keep an eye on for big returns. And our next strategy is the Diagonal Condor earnings strategy. And we have two portfolios that are doing that right now. And this is just for earnings, and that's Honey Badger and Vista Valley. And we've had some very successful plays there, and then sometimes they don't go exactly our way. And then if they don't go, like we had one that moved too much last week. And so what happens in that case is we shift over back to the 10K strategy, because we usually have about 6 weeks left after the earnings to make back the money we lost if the stock moves more than we want it to. So that's another thing you can look at. And lastly, we have the bull put credit spread strategy, which is the one I'm going to talk about a little bit today. And the two portfolios we're going to look at are Galloping Turtle and Earnings Eagle. And they've both been having a great year, and I'll get into details on that. Okay, and the way I'm going to show you this is we're going to move over to our Saturday report. This is something that came out yesterday, June 9th, and we send this out every Saturday, week in, week out. We've been doing this for, as I said, 17 years. And so there's some good information you want to look at here if you're involved with Terry's Tips, and it explains all the things we have going each week, and it's where you see all the profit loss and what's happening. So this past week, for example, was a good week in the market. Tech stocks didn't do so well. Our portfolios had a mixed week. Some were up and some were down. I'm going to actually shift right down to our Earnings Eagle portfolio. It says it's closing down this next week, and that's a good thing, as the portfolio is up 36% for the year. We started it last June. And this positions will expire on Friday, and we're going to start it over again with 5,000. But if you had signed up for this last year, you would be sitting on a 36% gain, and you could do it again this year. And we're going to aim for 40%, and we'll be picking 5 stocks. The next thing we're going to look at is the Galloping Turtle portfolio. This one's a little more active. The Earnings Eagle is a less active portfolio in the sense that we place the positions, which we'll do in a week or two, and then we just let it sit there for a year. It really just sits for a year and does its work. The Galloping Turtle, while it uses the same bull put credit spread strategy, we put a new one on every Monday. And this is based on our free trading idea of the week. So if you're in the free newsletter, you're getting great valuable trades. You just have to do it on your own. A lot of our subscribers use the auto trade function at Thinkorswim, and those are the numbers that we're reporting. So this year, it's already doubled in value, and so it started at 5,000. We're over 10,000 now, and we're doing a 2-for-1 split starting next week. So you can, if you had started this from the beginning, basically what would happen is that you would have doubled your money, and you can choose at this point to keep it all in and keep going, or take half of it off the table, and all the rest of the money you're using to invest is complete profit. So even if you lost all of it, which of course we don't expect to happen, but even if you did lose 100% of it, you would still not have lost money using this strategy. So those are the two portfolios I wanted to look at today and share with you: the Earnings Eagle and the Galloping Turtle. Now, if we go further down our report, I'm just going to go over some of the things that we highlight. And we just go over some of our portfolios. And we have a new earnings strategy coming out next week on Adobe. That's something to keep an eye out for. And let's see what else we got going here. The free trade of the idea of the week, which will be going into the Earnings Eagle portfolio, which will be going into the Galloping Turtle portfolio. And that'll happen on Monday. And then we have all the stocks and the last week changes. And then we're going to go down to the summary of the portfolios. We have some overbought, oversold numbers just for informational purposes. And then we're going to get right down to the, where are we here? Earnings Eagle, which shows all the initial trades, the existing positions, how much it's up for the year, and then the overview of what happened during the week. And the same thing, Galloping Turtle, have all the trades we've made from the beginning of the portfolio to now. There's still 3 or 4 or 5 expired positions that are open yet, and again, the existing positions and what happened for the week. Now we're going to go way down to the bottom of the report and get to, Terry likes to put in some interesting quotes and some funny things in here, try to bring a smile to people's face. And then lastly, he gives a little summary of what's going on in his life or the world, or just his thoughts. Right now he happens to be going on a battle with some mice in his car, and subscribers are following along with his big mice battle. A few years ago with squirrels, and living out in the country, we have a lot of great stories and adventures that happen up here. At any rate, that is the overview of Terry's Tips Saturday report. And if you'd like to get involved, we have a special going this week. It's called a Father's Day Special, and the details will be outlined below this video. If you have any questions on anything, or if you'd like to see the full report or whatever you want, send me an email directly to seth@terrystips.com. And we do most of our support via email, so shoot me an email. They're checked all day long, and we get back to you very quickly. So anyhow, have a great Father's Day, and I hope you're enjoying the beginning of the summer, and looking forward to having you on board to Terry's Tips. Take care.